Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glide through English conversations so easily? It almost looks natural, as if the words live inside them. But here's the truth. No one is born with that gift. They build it tiny piece by tiny piece through small daily actions that most learners overlook. When you realize this, your entire approach to English will change. Because fluency isn't built from grammar books or memorized lists. It's built in little everyday moments when you listen, speak, notice, and live with English. So today, let's talk about what it really means to learn English every day. Part 1, the hidden power of daily exposure. Fluency doesn't happen because you study harder. It happens because your brain sees English again and again. Repetition is your secret ally. Think about it like sunlight. A plant doesn't grow faster because you shine extra light for 1 hour. It grows because it gets sunlight every day. English works exactly the same way. Daily exposure creates invisible progress. You may not feel it, but it's there. Your ears start to recognize rhythm. Your mouth remembers the flow, and your brain learns to think in English without screaming. Translate this first. Imagine you listen to just 5 minutes of English a day while cooking, scrolling, or walking. You start collecting rhythm, tone, and patterns naturally. You're training your brain to expect English. That's how fluency begins, not from pressure, but from presence. The mechanism of exposure. The human brain processes language acquisition through constant, low-stakes exposure. This frequency effect ensures that linguistic patterns move from short-term memory to long-term storage more effectively than massed practice, cramming. Part 2, listening. Feed your brain, not your stress. Most people listen to English like they're passing an exam. Tense, focused, scared to miss a word. But real learning happens when you relax. When English becomes part of your background world. The next time you cook breakfast, play an English podcast softly. Don't analyze, just let it flow. You might think you're not learning, but your subconscious absorbs everything. That's how babies learn language, constant sound, constant contact. So do this. Make English your daily soundtrack. Let it live around you, and it will start living inside you. Active versus passive listening. While focused listening is necessary for new vocabulary acquisition, passive background listening tunes your auditory system to the phonetic structure of English. Passive goal. Acclimatization to cadence, stress, and common word boundaries. Active goal. Comprehension of specific details and meaning extraction. Both are necessary components of learning English every day. Part 3, writing small to grow big. The biggest mistake learners make? waiting for perfect English before writing anything. Forget perfection. Start with 3 small lines every day. One thing you saw, one thing you did, one feeling you had. That's enough. Because those 3 lines are you thinking, feeling, and owning English. When you write, you slow down your thoughts and connect them to real words. You stop translating and start creating language. Over time, your sentences grow longer, your confidence stronger. English becomes a reflection of your daily life. It's not homework, it's self-expression. The sentence growth metric. We measure growth not by the complexity of the grammar, but by the consistency of the output. Part 4, Talking to Yourself, the most honest practice. Have you ever talked to yourself in English? No? Then try it today. You don't need an audience. You need a moment of courage. When you look in the mirror and say, I'm ready. I can do this. You're sending a message to your brain. English is safe now. Describe what you're doing. I'm turning on my laptop. I'm writing an email. I'm getting my coffee. These tiny sentences create fluency faster than any complex exercise. Don't wait for native speakers to appear. Be your own first listener. Because talking to yourself builds fluency before you speak to others. The monologue advantage. Self-talk bypasses the anxiety associated with social performance. It allows for immediate error correction without judgment, strengthening the motor pathways required for speech production. Part 5, Reading Out Loud, Confidence in Motion. Reading silently helps your mind, but reading out loud trains your voice. When you speak the words, you bring them to life. You learn how they feel, where the stress goes, and what rhythm sounds right. Find something simple, a quote, a short story, or a dialogue, and read it aloud each day. Record yourself sometimes. Listen back not to criticize, but to celebrate progress. Notice how your tone changes after a few weeks. You're not just reading, you're performing your growth. Phonetic awareness improvement. Reading aloud forces you to engage the articulatory muscles, tongue, lips, jaw, in new patterns, improving pronunciation and reducing fossilized errors. This is crucial for reducing the gap between understanding and production. Part 6, Thinking in English, the Real Transformation. What if you could think directly in English without translation? That's not magic, it's training. Start small. Label simple actions in your mind. I need to call my friend. It's raining. I feel tired but motivated. The more you do this, the shorter the distance between idea and word becomes. English starts sounding like the voice of your thoughts. And that's when you stop learning English and start living it. Cognitive load reduction. The translation phase imposes a heavy cognitive load. Eliminating it frees up mental energy for complex communication tasks. Daily mental labeling reduces this load exponentially. Part 7, Real Moments, Real Connection. Language isn't just words, it's emotion, stories, life. So make English emotional again. Watch a short video that makes you laugh. Read something that inspires you. Leave a comment in English even if it's short. Every emotion in English plants a memory. Emotional learning is strong learning. The goal isn't to sound like someone else. It's to sound like you, confidently, naturally, freely. Emotional anchoring. Emotions serve as powerful memory anchors. If you experience genuine positive emotion, joy, interest, curiosity, while engaging with English, your brain prioritizes the retention of the related language input. Part 8. Bring English into your world. You don't need to move to another country to live in English. You can build an English world around you. Change your phone settings. Write your shopping list in English. Talk to AI assistants in English. Follow English pages about topics you love: food, fitness, movies, art. Because learning thrives when joy is involved. When English connects with what already excites you, it stops being a subject and becomes a lifestyle. You'll find yourself saying things without thinking, understanding faster, and even dreaming in English one day. That's not a fantasy. That's consistency. Environmental engineering for language acquisition. By modifying the immediate environment, the necessity of using the target language becomes organic rather than forced. Environment change daily task. Example: digital interface phone OS set to English consumables, reading recipes or instructions in English, information seeking, searching for news or hobbies exclusively in English. Reflection moment. Pause for a second. Think about your day. Where can English naturally appear? Morning playlist? Evening YouTube break? Maybe those few minutes on the bus. You don't need to add new hours to your schedule. You just need to replace silence with English. Because English, like music, reshapes you when it becomes part of your daily rhythm. Part 9, Real Stories. What learners get wrong. I once coached a learner named Sarah. She studied grammar for years, but couldn't speak confidently. When we removed the pressure and started 5-minute healthy habits, listening, thinking, small talk to herself, something shifted. 3 months later, she spoke with ease. She didn't learn more English. She learned differently, daily, softly, naturally. Real change isn't dramatic. It's gentle, invisible, then suddenly obvious. The plateau effect and the micro-habit solution. Sarah's experience illustrates that proficiency often plateaus when input is high, but output practice is low or high stress. Micro habits solve this by creating low-stress output opportunities distributed throughout the day, encouraging gradual habit formation over stressful sessions. Part 10, One Small Step Today. If you remember only one thing from this episode, let it be this. Small English moments matter more than long study days. Ignore perfection. Choose consistency. Start right now. Say one new sentence out loud. Read one paragraph aloud. Listen to 1 English minute with curiosity. Small steps every day build unstoppable fluency. You deserve to feel proud when you speak. That feeling is built, not born. Mini recap: what we learned. Fluency grows through daily contact, not pressure. Listening relaxedly feeds your brain. Writing daily brings clarity of thought. Speaking to yourself builds courage. Reading aloud improves articulation. Thinking in English removes the barrier of translation. Connecting emotionally creates strong memories. Living with English turns study into lifestyle. Gentle repetition wins over intensity. One consistent step can rewrite your journey. Before you go, take a deep breath. Remind yourself you are getting better every single day. Fluency is not a dream. It's a process that already started inside you. Every small effort, every short listen, every note you write, it counts. Be proud of yourself for showing up today. I mean it. You did great. If you felt inspired by this lesson, tell me in the comments. Share what part spoke to you most, or how you plan to practice English tomorrow. Your voice matters, and I love hearing your stories. And don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a new Speakova episode. Because every week, I bring you real lessons to speak English confidently and naturally. Oh, and if you're still wondering how to think in English, make sure you watch this video right after. Think in English, stop translating words, and learn to speak naturally for fluency. It's your next step toward a fluent, fearless English life. This is Jerry from Speakova. Thank you for learning with me. Learn. Speak. Grow. See you in the next one.